So I was born and raised in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Kenner, moved to Metairie. For high school, I went to Haynes, and then my undergrad I did here at Tulane. And now I'm in medical school at LSU New Orleans. I started playing chess when I was in 6th grade. A friend's mom actually took me to my first chess tournament. It was the Susan Polgar Invitational Scholastic something. So I had a blast, and then I played my first tournament, and I got hooked. And she actually bought me a little chess clock and a chess set, and so since then I've been playing chess. I think the chess boom that happened online made me want to start playing chess again. I started playing online, and I really had a lot of fun, and I missed what it felt like to play over the board. So I just started doing puzzles, and then I showed up to Downriver Chess Club at Cafe Envie, and I really liked it. And then I realized I liked classical more, so I just waited for classical tournaments, and then I would play them as they came, and I'm having fun. When I'm not playing chess, I'm boxing, and boxing is different in that it's a very high-speed competition, so you can't think as much. All your thinking is done before, and then it's more of an intuitive process while you're in there, whereas chess is exactly the opposite in that you're obsessing over every little detail, and you're trying your best to make plans in the moment and not get carried away or waste time or stress out in those 3 hours that you have for a classical game. I do see a connection between chess and boxing. I've seen there was a chess boxing event recently here in New Orleans. I would love to compete in something like that. Yeah, of course, there's the psychological aspect is exactly the same. It feels the exact same to compete in a chess game versus competing in a boxing match because it's just you and your opponent, and it's completely fair. The pieces all start the same. You have no extra pieces than the other person. Your opponent are wearing the same gloves. There's no advantages or disadvantages that you start in. You have fair competition, and you have that period of time to prove yourself as better than the other person. Most of my chess I play here in New Orleans, which I don't mind because this is Paul Morphy City, so I don't mind playing chess here. I think the chess culture here is great. It's interesting. I was eating at Brennan's the other day, and I think I was wearing a chess shirt or something, and they told me they had a room in the back that was Paul Morphy's old room, and I just asked if I could go in there and see it, and of course he's my favorite player, even outside of him being from New Orleans. I like his style, especially at the time where he was just willing to attack everybody at all times, and the opponent would have to deal with it. I like that mindset. I like the mentality. So it's cool being from his city. I try my best. I started playing the King's Gambit recently, a couple months ago. I really try to play as aggressively as possible. Sometimes I don't win all the time, but I have fun attacking, and I have fun being on the front foot and having the other person defend. I box exactly the same way I play chess. I look to attack, and have the initiative, have the advantage, and make the other person defend, because you could still lose while you're doing this, but this way, all their thoughts are spent on defending themselves, just like in chess if you play the King's Gambit or the Evans Gambit or something where I have a lot of space and a lot of piece activity, and your goal is to protect your king, and if you can survive the initial onslaught, then we might have an even game or a good chance. But your main objective for the beginning of the game is going to be to survive, and if I'm attacking you in boxing, your main objective is going to be to stay in the first round if you can. I try my best to be as efficient as possible with my chess studying or my chess practice. Almost a routine for me has been to do 30 minutes of puzzles a day. And it's not a difficult routine to pull off. The hard part is actually doing the puzzles, but sitting down, setting a timer, and working through puzzles is a great way to become tactically stronger without having to spend so much time like actually playing through full games. I also really like looking at old games, so I have like one of Morphy's old books, and I'll just cover up his opponent's side of the moves, and then I'll play the moves as if I'm Paul Morphy, and I'll have to play against his opponents in sort of like a predetermined classical match, which I really like. And then when I make a mistake or don't do the right move, I look at the book and see what I should have done and why I should have done it. So that's mainly how I work on my chess.